Hello, beloved, and welcome to your message from the big God, okay, from God Himself. I'm grateful to be the one of truth and deliverance to your message as the prophetic vessel, okay, of God. Let us tap in and see what God has in store for you, what He wants you to know at this time, why you will tap in, okay, why you have tapped into this message, okay. So, straight away, God is wanting me to address the narrative of this message and where it's headed exactly. So, where it's headed is I feel that you are the type of person who has, I feel like I'm speaking to someone who survived the spiritual warfare that was placed upon them by someone who was trying to come after them. Okay, either this person was trying to come off, the person who was trying to come after you was family, stranger, hater, spiritual hater, you know, friend, acquaintance, colleague. It resonates within every form of a narrative. But the common theme is you have someone here who went against all odds to try to come for you and bring you down and be successful in destroying your life. But God had other plans. God had an elaborate scheme for your life, one which did not include a plot against you winning and having any prosperous effects. Hence, now what I feel like someone is left with is utter consequence of their actions. This is someone that is sitting in the consequences of their actions. Let's tap into that. What's going on, God? Please speak to us further about this matter at hand. Let's talk to God, okay? Let's talk to God, beloveds. Yeah, this is someone who is so upset that you still have the same confidence, like nothing's changed. If anything, it's it's more stronger. Okay, it's like I feel like you're dealing with someone who would love nothing more than to see you low. Just sit down somewhere, right? That type of energy. But I feel that God is not allowing this person to have what they want because it's not their world, it's not their life to decide upon. Like, who is this person to want to have this sort of authority and power over another human being's life, parents or not, if that would be the example? Imagine if it was a parent. The only right the parent has is to take care of the child that they decided to conceive. It's not the child's fault that they are who they are. They didn't choose to be born. You need to take accountability of your mistakes and actions, or whatever the case is in their narrative, right? Not saying that anyone is a mistake, but parents do be having those type of thoughts before we are even born, that what am I going to do, especially if you were born under unfortunate circumstances, right? If you're born under unfortunate circumstances, it's always a narrative where your birth was questionable. And that's just life, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I'm saying? Not to trigger trauma, but that's life. You know, it's like an example here. I feel like you're dealing with, like, an example would be out of wedlock, someone getting married, someone having a child out of wedlock, and then the child having to bear the consequences of that. You know what I'm saying? That would be unfair for the child because the child didn't ask for the position that they're in. They were just born, they were just there. They had no choice in it. So it would be not their decision or not their choice. You know what I'm saying? It's out of their control. It's bigger than them. And I feel like that your situation is the same, but in this instance, it's relative to not a parent or anything like that, even though that is who this might be for you, to someone watching. You know what I'm saying? But we already mentioned the narratives that could fit, family, friends, colleagues, acquaintances, stranger, false people, false friends. We already mentioned that. But I feel like You need to understand that, like, I feel like this person, they hate for you. They like this person hates you for no cause or no reason. It's like they don't have the right reason to hate you or to have anything against you. What is feeding and fueling their spirit within that regard of their own demise here against someone here, which is you. I feel like you are one of many. You know what I'm saying? This person has a lot of enemies already, but I feel like you are not a prone enemy to them in a way that you wanted that position. I feel like this person placed you in that position when they went against you because it was either you or them. And what was it going to be, right? And your ancestors had to intervene, and that wasn't negotiable. You had to be saved, and it resulted in them having to lose whatever they had sent your way, having to live with the fact that it didn't work, it doesn't work, it won't work, it can never work. Having to live with that can do something to a person psychologically, which I feel is where this person is now. You know what I'm saying? Psychologically, someone's lost. It's like a train that leads to a neighborhood that is only filled with sickly people. Like, you know where you hit it. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's just like the train just keeps going. You know what I'm saying? I feel like this person's mind state, it just keeps, you know, disintegrating. Let's tap in further with the cards, with the tarot. Let the cards speak to us. God, please. Let the channeling begin. Let's begin, you guys. Death. We have the death card here. Something that this person sent your way that they felt like was going to cause some form of intense spiritual warfare within your life. It backfired. And now I feel like that same energy is what they're experiencing. So if like someone were to send a love spell in someone else's relationship, hoping to confuse their partner and manipulate their partner into leaving, you know, making them addicted to things, making them like getting them addicted to things, sending those type of spirits, getting them addicted to things, getting them lustful again. Like, I feel like it's like in that situation, imagine someone doing that, hoping that that will ruin the relationship of someone and another person, and then come to find out it returns tenfold to them as they keep watching the same couple flourish or even get into a different level up of their life. Like, wouldn't that fuck you up as the person doing it? Because you know what you sent their way, and you know possibly what it could mean for you now that you are clearly seeing the disillusion that you were living in. You're seeing it to be in a much more clear state. I feel like this person is being disillusioned. Okay, we have Scorpio energy here. They're being disillusioned about this whole situation. Everything is becoming clearer and clearer and clearer with every day that comes and passes. Someone is becoming more aware, more consciously aware to the reality, you know, not what they were living in, the illusion they were living in due to whatever they sent your way. I feel like it's the spell work that kept them bound. It's the voodoo shit. It's the black magic. It's the darkness that held them into this compelling state of a trance, of an illusion, because they so desperately were fighting to keep the fight alive. We have the Five of Wands. Okay, we have Aries energy here. And with the death here as well, which is, I did say Scorpio. This was someone who wasn't okay for a long time and still is not, because they can't have control over your life here. That's what they mad about. We have the Six of Wands, which is Leo energy. And then we have the Strength, which is Leo energy again. This is someone who underestimated your ability to be able to bounce back, or your strength here. Someone underestimated your strength, your spirit, the strength that you hold within your spirit was underestimated and someone fucked up, you know what I'm saying? Because now I feel like the spirits they sent your way are living in this person because that's where they belong. Like I see your ancestors doing a return to sender ritual in your home, in your spirit, in your love life, in your business, in your career, in your friendships, in your social life, a ritual of cleansing in each of those aspects to fulfill the prophecy that is in your will, your name, your wheel of fortune. You know what I'm saying? It consists of a certain prophecy, one which no one can destroy. The tower. We have Scorpio energy again. We have Libra, Virgo, heavy Scorpio, as well as Aries again. But yes, this person feels left out in the cold by just everyone because no one seems to be buying this story anymore. This sad story, sob narrative. No one seems to be taking heed of it because things are becoming clearer to everyone that maybe this person is the only one stuck. Maybe everyone is living their life and they're the ones still holding on to something that will never come ever in their life. Yeah. So whatever outcome they were awaiting that they had sent upon your life through via spiritual warfare, okay, via spiritual warfare, someone sent something, some spirits your way in hopes that they will cause a collision in your life to destroy something in specific. I feel like someone here tried to do this in hopes that you fall to the ground. Like, I don't know. I feel like you need to understand that. It's like I'm getting an analogy, a reference point, a case study, right? But an analogy would be here that there is this series called Teen Wolf, right? Teen Wolf. To those that know it, to those that don't, either way, Teen Wolf. So basically, there's a lot that happens there, but I'm being shown a specific scene in the series itself, right? There was this teacher who I feel, yeah, but like there was this teacher who played the role of this new English teacher after the old one had disappeared or been killed, rather, in the film, right? In the series. She replaced an English teacher that had been killed, and she was playing that role of this English teacher. And there was supernatural, this series is supernaturally based. It's a supernatural series. So there were supernatural deeds happening in the school, in the town, that people had no idea. Like it's like a plague of deaths started occurring in the town, where people just started dying after she had been the English teacher, after she had began her role, and after she had landed in the hometown, which was Beacon Hills. But yeah, so deaths started occurring, and it was grotesque deaths, not just minuscule deaths like, okay, shootings, or this was someone who would slash throats with a wire. Oh my god, it was gruesome. And then to do so, she would have to transform herself. But anyway, now I'm getting carried away. The fact is, in this series, right, there was a scene in specific where she got caught. She tried to fool everyone, the school board, the students, the people in the community. Like, everyone was fooled into believing something about her, a narrative, an image, or a reality that she had narrated with her words, her way of being, character portrayal, and all things of that sort. But there was an unseen truth to this woman, which was the fact that she was the mass murderer. She was the one slashing throats and then coming and teaching English with a cup at hand and a smile. It's like even when she was about to die and they had caught her and she was almost killed and was about to die, she had a face of like, I don't, like, this is what I live for. Oh, hell. So that analogy is in comparison with the type of breed of woman or feminine or masculine energy you're dealing with here. Whoever this is to you, this is the breed of person you're dealing with. Someone who lives a double life that is not is purely unhealthy. To It's like it makes them a menace. This could be someone that watches docu-series of serial killers every day and they dwell into that and they like, I feel like that's just an example though, right? But I just feel like there's a level of excessiveness that this person projects like and lives in. Like someone lives in excessiveness and indulgence, either excessiveness of insecurities placed upon others, like someone literally coming for your life because you make them feel insecure. Like that amount of excessiveness within someone's spirit to be able to do something like that and be like that and then go back to being this societal polite figure, that's demonic as hell. That's someone with a problem, a psychosis that needs to be studied at some point, man. I'm just saying. Because I just feel like you have someone here who was is someone that dwells in their own mind. They live in it, they soak in it, they bathe in it, and they expect the same reality to resonate for everyone else. Like, how could you live in your own mind and want everyone else to have the same representation of your reality, motherfucker? Because we don't live the same life. You can be a billionaire and then you think that life is about money, and if you're not in this position, you don't know life, you're not experiencing life. Like, because you are this billionaire, you can like, you feel like you can afford everything and you feel like you've done it all, right? And then you meet someone who is not a billionaire. This is an example, an analogy, a reference point, and a case study, guys. Tap in, right? Then you meet someone who is maybe, let's say, works, someone who is hippie looking, doesn't look like they got anything of theirs together, or doesn't look like a billionaire, or they don't even look normal, like as a strange, peculiar person who maybe lives in the forest. You know what I'm saying? But they're fucking genius. You know what I'm saying? And they can produce an algorithm. Maybe this billionaire owns, like, let's say, YouTube or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Then this person here that they meet, the stranger that's very peculiar, weird, like, or really is like different or whatever, but doesn't have a billion, or is not a billionaire. They work in a library. They're a librarian that lives in a forest that is just hippie looking, but they go home and they're a genius and they're able to create an algorithm of YouTube that can make this billionaire more money than they ever seen in their whole career, in their whole work. Like, can you understand? Do you understand that, in that moment, the billionaire needs this person? Even with that billion, the billionaire has an awakening in that moment that I don't really have it all. There's more, or there's better. Which I feel like you were the hippie looking person and this person was the supposed billionaire. Which, leave the money alone. It's not about that. Take the analogy, the reference point, the case study, and the example as it resonates. Someone thought they were big and you were small and they could stomp you like you were a cockroach. Someone thought you weren't worthy of even them. Like, someone really didn't want to leave you alone because they thought that they could take you down. Like, someone was determined to do this. like them continuing and like keep coming for you and making all these scenes and sending all these messages to people about you, and you might have discovered some things, like you might have heard, you might have seen, you might have intuitively felt, however way. I feel like you never engaged. It's like you resisted the urge to engage with this person. I feel like if you have, if you haven't done that, please don't continue to watch. If you engaged with this motherfucker right here, this won't be applicable, because this is for those who didn't engage. You didn't retaliate. You didn't even speak up to this person about anything. I feel this is for those who did this and gave it to God, or did this and gave it to their ancestors, or did this and prayed about it. If you didn't, if you weren't a good person with it, don't be placing yourself in this message, because you're wasting your time. So I feel like, you know, you acting good and being good, not just portrayal of an act, but you just being good and moving with love, even in this situation. Do you have any idea how much it upped your rank? Like your spiritual rank, it increased. I feel like you earned ranks. I feel like you earned stripes. This, you beating this spiritual warfare with the love, your love, because you move with love, of light. Your rank increased here. I feel like you have no idea what's coming, beloved, for you. Like, I feel like, you know, everything that has happened, including what this person tried to do to you, they might, of course, I feel like they weren't the only person that tried to come for you in this way. But I feel like this is just someone who taught you a fool's journey. Like, this is someone who taught you how fools think. And you needed that, because you realize that there are a lot of fools in the world, in reality, in life. Like, people is out here foolish. And I feel like, you know, only a fool can teach you about another fool, and take that how it resonates. Like, things are clear now to this person. They see you clearly, they see the situation clearly, more clearer every day. They're unable to avoid how they feel, because it's so real. Like, they can't just ignore it now and keep doing things, keep trying to block you, keep trying to come after you and ignoring how they feel. Nah, they have to face it. They have to face it, and they have to address it, because it's not going anywhere. All these emotions and feelings, all of the consequence they're sitting in is stored in their body. When they send the things your way, their flesh was doing that. Their intentions were set out. Their voice was calling the shots, calling them spirits, honey. They were doing it, right? Those spirits were conjured up, awoken, revived, shaken up, fed by this person. And then they were so ready to send them your way. But your ancestors said, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here, bro. And so they did. Now here we are, where they looking at you and wondering who protects you. No, for real though. That's the question that plagues them, plagues their mind, haunts them. Plague is something you can't get rid of. It's there, and it's dangerous, and it's deadly. They can't get rid of these thoughts. And I feel like this is someone that every time they see you, you have a smile on your face, you're happy, there's something about you that's new, that's nice, that's better. You're driving someone crazy here just by that. Which is to say that someone here is still grudgeful over whatever, and they're unable to let it go for whatever cause. and whatever reason, we don't care. But the truth is, they can't do anything about who you are, what you're about. They have no voice in your world. They can go fifth and fast elsewhere and throw tantrums and send that voodoo shit to someone that doesn't work with the Almighty, bitch. Because now, here this person is wondering who protects you, telling people that you go to voodoo doctors as well, witchcraft, you participate in the spell work community. Oh, they got their own community. Don't get me started on them bitches. Okay. For the men, the weak men, the weakest men do this. The weakest men do this. Bring him to me if you want to say something about it. Weak. But anyway, now, they keep telling people that you do the same thing. This person is a projection. They are a walking projection. People keep wondering if you really know what's going on. Like, do you know that this person's been on this about you? Or like, because you seem unbothered, or you seem to have your things in control. You seem to be looking good, doing well. Like, people are starting to also wonder, like, has this person been lying all along? Or something we're not seeing? Something is shaking. So someone lied to people here a lot. Like, these were a lot of lies, like about an empress emperor energy, a divine feminine, divine masculine energy. Like, that decreased this person's rank crazy. Like, all this gossip, their ancestors were watching, like, damn, like, you keep lying about someone, like, and like, you're doing it with so much passion, or you're doing it with so much strive, like, and you're telling people, like, it's not that you lying to yourself, you lying to others, like, and that's what makes it a threat, because then people start to look at you differently, which is what they wanted. But I feel like that's not what is happening. Instead, I feel like someone here is scared of that, of encountering. It's like someone's scared that people might tell you what they've been saying. Like, someone's scared that you might hear the rumors, because now it's like nothing is happening how they thought. Like, someone was careless because they thought that this was an easy, like, easy target. Like, you were just like, small meat, you know what I'm saying? Huh. Yeah, bitch. But you weren't, you know what I'm saying? I feel like your ancestors, like, this is, I feel like if you wear a ring, right? To those that wear a ring and you have been guided to do so by your ancestors, and this has been, it's like, even this could be recently, lately, months ago, years ago. You know what I'm saying? Not days though. Not days. You know what I'm saying? That's, you just starting. But it's like, to those that wear rings, you know what I'm saying, and bangles, in forms of literal bangles, chrome, silver, gold, or crystals, or rings that are crystals, or, higher ranked sort of type rings like mine, that don't have Google references, things that are just, this means, this for you, that for you guys, it's like, if you don't wear a ring, hold on, it's okay. This is just a specific message for those that do. This in specific, what I'm seeing right now, your ancestors didn't want to bother you with this person. Like, they didn't want to bother you by letting you know, like, someone's coming after you, kids, someone trying to come at you, because, like, you already dealing with a lot, man. I feel like you already fighting something, or someone, or some things. You're already busy. You already, like, healing. Even like, it's like there was a lot that you were, it was like a transformative state of being you were in, and your ancestors didn't want to keep nudging you about someone, so they took care of it, and then they might have told you about it. You know what I'm saying? Or you might have intuitively found out, or something came out and you found out the truth. But basically, this is for everyone now. Y'all's ancestors is here exposing me to the truth of the fact that this was already being worked on, like, before you even knew about it. Like, you were already being protected from this person before they crossed paths with you, or before you knew that what they were up to, before you figured the truth out, you know before you tapped in, you saw, before you saw what you saw, before anything happened, your ancestors were already hands down with this situation, holding you down spiritually and guarding any negativity from penetrating your life. Because I feel like this was someone's determination, like someone was devoted to this. And you can just imagine what that does. Like someone that spends so much time doing something, sending it to someone who is highly ranked in the spirit realm, like that can be a dangerous spiritual crime. And depending on the ancestors that are at war here, because that's what it is. Like, spiritual warfare is basically like, how powerful are your ancestors? Do they have the power to protect you from these people? You know what I'm saying? Because it's like a lot of people are not as close to God as they wish to be. That's why they need their ancestors so much. Like this person, they work with ancestors and ointments and herbs and shit, and like they and dog feathers and things like that. I'm seeing visions. I'm seeing the visions. So basically, I feel like this person's unstable. They're literally, I feel like someone spends life operating like this, like they do what they do and then they come back and look at you. They keep you right there, keep you right there. And then they do what they do and then this is just weird. And it's all because they were hoping for something to work out. Someone trusted in their ancestors to take you down because they didn't know about your spiritual rank, your position in the spirit realm, and they're fucked right now. Okay, you might not be as close to God as Moses or like I am, right? But because I lead a life where I'm devoted to God, like, yo, yeah, but it's like the prayers. The point is the prayers. You know what I'm saying? The prayers work. It's like the prayers are what keep the unwanted spirits away. The prayers are what keep God permitting your ancestors and giving them power to be able to protect you. You'll get it? Right. That's why it starts with God first. So that's why this person's ancestors are weak. And I said that. Check me. Check me. So here we are, they lost the battle against the chosen one, which is like a rivalry or a arch nemesis that was destined to lose the fight against the chosen one, just to prove the chosen right, just to prove how protected the chosen one is, just to boost that chosen one's ego. That you got protection like that. Someone working day and night to do something, and you still sleep sound asleep like a baby, like God's child, bitches. Yeah, try me, ho. Try me. I dare y'all, man. I really do. But hey, I earned my stripes. I can be this cocky. I ain't. I know, man. I know. Don't play with me. Shit. I'm out of here. I love you guys. Okay. Until next time, beloved. I'm gonna conclude this message by saying I hope this brought you closer to your spirit and some form of understanding that will bring you closer to God and your protection and your understanding of your own spiritual journey and rank. Okay, in Jesus' name, I release you with love and I release your spirits. Amen.